think I'm having an anaphylactic reaction.
OK, I'm getting help arranged for you now.
Please help me. I think fucking so I'm going to die.
Just stay on the line and I'll tell you exactly what to do next, OK?
Support 215 and TM 1541 receive details, thanks, in Keysborough.
Single responder Mark has just been called to what could be one of the most serious cases of the day.
OK, I'll stay on the line until help arrives there.
A 41-year-old woman, home alone, is calling in the middle of a massive anaphylactic reaction, the cause of which is currently unknown.
Hello, you there? Hello? What's happening? Man, are you there?
The woman is losing consciousness and needs urgent intervention.
She's apparently ineffectively breathing. The main concern for me would be that she's got airway swelling, which is obviously immediately life-threatening for her.
Because the case is so serious, several responders are sent to help.
G'day, struggling to get in?
Door's locked, have a look at the window.
Oh, is she? As I arrive on scene, there's already another paramedic there who informs me that the house is in lockdown and no one's answering his calls. I take one look through the living room window and I can see the patient slumped unresponsive on the couch.
You gonna break the window? No.
Nah, it's a board.
Board.
Can you answer me?
There is no time to lose. The team quickly loosens a section of window frame. But the window itself will not budge.
This really is a case where seconds count between life and death. We really need to get in there ASAP, otherwise she's going to die.
Window.
We're going to have to break it. We really need to get inside ASAP, and the most obvious solution is to break the living room window. But there are risks associated with that, so we start looking at some other options. Just use these. I noticed that there's a plank of wood keeping the living room window ajar. Then there's actually a garden utensil which I can use to gain us access. Am I in the right spot?
You just hit in the frame, that's it. Can you drop the point down lower? Yep.
This is a really stressful situation. I've got a critically unwell patient who's only metres away and I just cannot get access to her.
Now just get her back on it again. One more time. Just as much as you can. Right, we're in. Move it just a bit, yeah. Not very bad. Right. Keep going.
Open your eyes for me. Yeah, we'll need everyone in. It's a really eerie experience as a paramedic, seeing that a patient has actually become unconscious whilst on the phone. Just shows how sick she is and how quickly her condition is deteriorating. Yeah, she's profusely diaphoretic and cold.
The anaphylaxis is weakening the patient's circulation, causing a critical drop in blood pressure. Mark urgently needs to get blood flowing back to her brain.
I'm going to relocate her onto the couch here and get her legs elevated and supine, all right?
Yeah.
Ready, set, go. Let's get a manual blood pressure, guys, because I think that's going to dictate where we're going. OK, can I get another couple of pillows, guys? The patient's skin really tells the story of how critically unwell she is. She's red, which is common in anaphylaxis, but she's also that horrible grey, pale colour. She's really sweaty and I can't actually feel a radial pulse. So I know that her blood pressure is extremely low. How you going? What's your name, darling? What's your name?
Shauna.
Shauna. Mark is my name from the ambulance.
Hi.
Let's prep some adrenaline. OK, shuts out, guys. Thanks. Bit of a sting in your leg, sweetie.
Mark gives Shauna adrenaline, which helps restore circulation and return blood pressure to normal.
Can someone note the time of the adrenaline, please?
50.
But after one dose, Shauna is still critically unwell.
We might just start to work towards drawing up an infusion because she's probably going to need it. OK, next dose of adrenaline, guys. Are we due?
Yes.
Sharps out.
Mark and the team are still desperately working to stabilise patient Shauna's blood pressure after a massive anaphylactic reaction.
Yeah, I'm having trouble recording one, so it's obviously still very low.
To support her breathing, they apply a Ventolin-infused mask and give more adrenaline to boost her circulation.
Shauna, you've had a really nasty anaphylactic reaction. You're right, we'll look after you now. You'll be OK. Yeah, it does. For some people, it happens very, very, very quickly, all right? I brought an infusion bag in. Mate, if you want to draw up an infusion. A case of anaphylaxis as serious as Shauna's requires a continuous dose of adrenaline via an infusion. So we set that up and connect that to the drip before we get her loaded to the stretcher.
1, 2, 3, up.
With her blood pressure now back in the safe range, the adrenaline infusion will help keep Shauna stable if the anaphylaxis recurs.
She's by no means out of the woods yet. Her body is really reliant on the continuous dose of adrenaline via the infusion. She really can't afford to deteriorate any further. You ever had an anaphylactic reaction?
Not like this.
Have you had one in the past?
I think we penicillin.
Yeah.
As Shauna reveals a history of anaphylaxis,
We took the test like 15 minutes prior to falling.
Sure.
it becomes clear a simple antibiotic has triggered her reaction today.
Within 15 minutes of taking that medication, she started to notice that things weren't going well. Shauna's call at that exact moment has probably saved her life.
But Shauna is not out of danger yet.
How are you feeling? You lightheaded or dizzy?
I don't know.
Mark has noticed something is terribly wrong.
So I reassessed Shauna's condition and I realised that her blood pressure's fallen dramatically again. Sorry, mate, I couldn't get her blood pressure, so I've gone to 10 mics a minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what we need to do is to escalate the dose of the adrenaline infusion that we're delivering. And I decide that it's important that another mica paramedic, Pete, travels with me to hospital just in case her condition worsens. Good afternoon, Dandenong. This is Support 215 along with Mica Response 7. We've got a notification for an anaphylaxis patient for you. It's a 41-year-old female. Her anaphylactic symptoms have improved somewhat but are persisting.
We're about to arrive.
Thank you. Shauna is critically unwell. She's one of the worst cases of anaphylaxis I've ever seen. Alrighty. Cases like this really make me realise how fragile life is. And I'm really not sure how things are going to end.
Mica paramedic Mark had to break in to get to his patient. 41-year-old Shauna's anaphylaxis was so severe, she became critically ill less than 15 minutes after taking a simple antibiotic.
As soon as I took the tablets, I sort of instantly felt my body tingle. I had this impending doom rush through my body, and that's what made me call the ambulance. The next thing that I remember was wind. I could feel wind on my face, and that's where the paramedics had come through the window.
Now it's Shauna's turn to pay a visit to Mark, together with daughters Ebony and Callie.
G'day, how you going?
Good, yourself?
Hi, Shauna. Nice to see you again.
You too. Thank you so much.
G'day, girls. How you going? I'm Mark.
Thank you so much.
Looked after Mum on the day. Eb and
Kelly.
Nice to meet you both. Yeah. Seeing Shauna again is really special. She's up on her feet and she looks like a completely different person than the woman I met that afternoon. So, girls, what do you think of all of this? I mean, did you come into the hospital sort of soon after? Yeah.
Like, the first thing I said is she dead?
Yeah.
They still got me. For Mum to call an ambulance, it's something extreme. It's something where she's like, oh no, I'm in trouble and I need help now.
Well, if you guys didn't do what you did, then I would have died and my kids would have ended up finding me a couple of hours later.
Definitely glad she's still here because be a little lost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
To be involved in a case like Shauna's is an incredibly special experience as a paramedic. Being able to treat someone like her in a life-threatening situation and to see her recover in the way she has is exactly why I joined the job.
I love my babies.
Hug from Kelly too.
Group hug.